multidão de gente, milhares e milhares de pessoas. Pessoal, nós vencemos, o bem vence o mal.
Como verdadeiros vândalos, destruindo o que encontrava pela frente. Nós achamos que houve falta de segurança e eu queria dizer para vocês que todas essas pessoas que fizeram isso serão encontradas e serão punidas. Eles vão perceber que a democracia, ela garante o direito de liberdade, ela garante o direito de livre comunicação, de livre expressão, mas ela também exige que as pessoas respeitem as instituições que foram criadas para fortalecer a democracia. E essas pessoas, esses vândalos, que a gente poderia chamar de nazistas fanáticos, de stalinistas fanáticos, ou melhor, de stalinistas não, de fascistas fanáticos, sabe, fizeram o que nunca foi feito na história desse país.
First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, preaching this truth time and time again, showing us me and start off this lesson with a scripture. Just going on. First I want to say this is a Fair Use Act. Using it for criticizing and educational purposes, not making any money on it or anything. Just hopefully I can bring forth edification on it. So with the water Yahweh Shemel Shai and double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. So this is you see what's going on, and that's not just one place, but it's also one that hasn't been really been promoted in Peru, of just insurrection, that insurrection spirit of just rebellion, of people tired of the government, of these forms. And it's kind of strange, like it is Brazil, which is a part of BRICS. Maybe, I don't know, the Storman, maybe they don't like who was voted in, the people, so they're fighting back. All gas prices are strong. All the economy, they're starving people. So they're tired of the government. They're tired of having puppet leaders for the U.S. which is now is a part of the Brazil is part of the BRIC system. So just in that new spirit of Russia being the guard onto the nations. But these people are tired. These people are tired of what's going on. Things they can't stand. So the Lord is putting that spirit out. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 9. I'm starting at 8. 8. And he said, "Take heed that ye may not be deceived, for many." Verse 9. This is Luke chapter 9. "But when ye shall hear wars and commotion, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. By and by." The Lord is a starting of what the Lord was going to start visiting this place. There's going to be that seditious spirit. People are not, especially the new generation of these Z's, Generation Z's. They don't even listen to nobody but themselves. So there's going to be more rebellious. As soon as you start taking all these amenities, making their life great, because the Lord said this This is Luke chapter 12, verse 29. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? So the Lord has put this oil, He put this spirit on them. Also, red letter, He put this spirit to set fire. But I have I have a baptized to be baptized with. How am I straitened till it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. So people was like, the Lord's going to come and set everyone sitting in flowers and love each other, and everyone going to poof off and be a resurrection and all love. No, the Lord is coming to conquer this world. And these things that are going on in the war is it starts multiplying. It starts getting more and more. Like before World War II, there's a lot of issues with there's a lot of issues with the economy, people starving. It was a drought, the Great Dust Bowl. All that stuff happened before people had enough and started. Before nations start fighting against, but it always starts with the people. People tired, the economy falling, all these national jets. The Lord brings that. He puts that that spirit on people, getting ready for His visit. And he shows he to give peace on earth. I tell ye nay, but rather division. For hence there shall be 5 in one house, 3 against 2, 2 against 3. The father shall divide against the son, and the son against the father. Old generations against newer generations, new ideas. The Lord has put this the spirit on the whole world, and they're not regarding no princes or no kings. So, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. I'm sorry, 15. 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh. So you see, it's not as violent, but you see, they're trying to figure out who's doing this and protesting so they can arrest them. Look at China, have that zero policy, and they started rebelling. Now they'll snatch you up and put you in the jail when they start using these live rounds and when they start killing people that are protesting. See how many people got arrested for it's bullshit. But when the United States, when they rushed the Capitol building and went against our government, saying thinking that they weren't going to be on videotape, it's all bullshit and set up agent provocateurs and all that stuff to get people against each other so they can't find out what they're doing in there. But it's ultimately the Spirit of the Lord just put a seditious spirit on them, because the destruction draw nigh. And one people shall stand against and fight against another, the sword in their hand, for there shall be sedition among men, evading one another. They shall not regard kings nor princes. So they're seeing that the election didn't go the way they wanted. They think it was set up. So they're around. They said, nah, we don't accept the other king. So they're going, rushing certain officials, just like in Sri Lanka. They rushed the president, I believe it was the president of it, and made him flee from the country. They didn't have no care of what power that they used to have, forming against each other, taking out their own government. They're tired of this. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And a man shall desire to go in a city and shall not be able, because now since it is, they're going to start putting, as out here in the Riverside area, it was some police, I think, got killed. And then now, instead of they say when you're a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. So you're not going to come like, hey, let's give stuff or have a show. No, as this system, the Babylonian system, and all over the beast system, was all the whole planet. is set up in that beast system. So it's not just Babylon and the just Europe. All of them have drunk the wine of the wrath of me, of the fornication of this harlot. So they're going to have the same thing. The East, that's all Esau will do. They're going to ramp up police force, bring in the army, and then try to put blockades, sanction it, starve you out. This is what Babylon did. So now it's going to get to the time that it's going to be blockades. They're going to keep pushing that system of the MOTB, and it's going to be like I didn't see the movie, but brothers did a lot of lessons of. Is it not Bird Box? It's like how like the empty of the streets that you can't go nowhere. You have to be use everything online. The 15-minute cities. This is what they're trying to set up. So they need reasons for it. So you see a lot of psyops and having other agent provocateurs in other countries to start riots and protests. But that's what the Lord said that was going to come before he visits. So, that's time. For because of their pride, cities shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You think people, they're probably in that riot mentality now, but the people that have any sense, and they're not in the middle, and when it starts getting violent, people, it's going to be crazy. Because this fire that the Lord set on earth, it's going to just the fire just keeps getting with enough fuel, and it's a lot of fuel to the fire. It's going to get bigger and bigger until it's going to be uncontrollable. And the Lord's not putting it out. He's fanning it because it's meant for him to take over this planet and set up the kingdom of heaven. The man shall have no pity upon the neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with swords and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Do you think these protesters, you forgot opportunists, especially those are Jays. Brazil, those are Asher. Those are Jays. You think this is in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, and places of those, these are horrible third world countries of Jake that are ruthless. You can find a video every day in Brazil of them just murdering each other in broad daylight. So you think they're not going to find opportunities to go and you're not even a part of it. You're just a business, but you're probably a part of the beast system, but you're just a business, just happen to be next to the protest. Well, they're going to break into your stuff, take all your stuff, possibly rape and kill your children. This is the spirit of when insurrection is getting, because people start getting in the riot mentality. Now it's just destruction. The spirits of vengeance gets on people, and it gets crazy. As the boom dies, it starts to get nigga moments off of new. Now it's just like everyone's just you're inside that once you're inside, just how that riot on Travis Scott and all stuff, or when you even go to like I used to hang out with Edomites when I was younger, and they would do like mosh pits, but you start getting that energy and you start pushing, and it's just like riot mentality, rage. So in these protests, that's why the elders and apostles, like if you see like protests, you don't want to run and start trying to teach in there. All these people are absorbing these demonic spirits of vengeance energy, and they're going to start attacking and just doing nonsense, destroying each other. The only how you can stop the force is just start murdering these people. Slovakia. Bear with me. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 18. And it said, behold, the day come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and I will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with unrighteousness, when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. So the Lord is making inquisition with us. And how do we know? This 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse start at the top. And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world that he made. So therefore, when you have seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, and it's an everyday thing. France and Europe, all these things that are going. Now, it was a time that you barely ever seen like revolts and stuff. It would be cured off. It was big ones in the 90s, but like lately when the U.S. was in its power and all these other countries, people were scared. It was like, why would they? You wouldn't see this, but now it's just an everyday. Every week is a new protest, a new uproar of the people. So you can tell these signs are going on. Then thou shalt understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, which then you shall see uproar, and then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spoke of these things from the days that were before, even from the beginning. So the Lord spoke of these things. In the Old Testament, and also this Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famine, pestilence, earthquake in diverse places. And because of that, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 50, for great misery shall be done to them, and the latter time shall dwell on the earth, because they have walked in great pride. They still don't believe that this system's going to fall. They're still pushing forth their thing. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 61. Therefore my judgment is now at hand, and these things have not shown unto all men, but he has revealed his secrets unto the prophets. So we see this thing, and we're measuring it diligently, and we're saying that it's getting time that this is going to come to all nations, to Babylon the Great. All the systems are getting set up. That seditious spirit. So all they have to do in Babylon is take Instagram, take these social medias, take your jobs, and these Americans, the most weaponized civilians on the planet with all these guns, they just go crazy. But these people in Babylon are the worst of the worst. So these people are going, because all these McDonald's and all that stuff, they're going to be bugging the fuck out. But the Lord revealed it to the secrets unto the prophets. But unto thee and few like thee. Then he answered, and I said, behold, O Lord, now hast thou shown me the multitudes of wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times, which he has. It is his prophets, but what time, and thou hast not shown me. That's what we don't actually know, but we know that it's getting close because of these things that are going on the earth. So, end off with this. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But the times and the seasons, just in the Ecclesiastes, the 3 is times of war, a time of things. And the Lord's doing this for men to be, it's the 3rd chapter, but it's the times and seasons, brother. Ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord, all these men of the Lord that have been preaching these for 30 years, they know perfectly. They know we don't actually know when. Only the Father knew, but we know it's getting close after we've seen these. As a thief, and then, But we know perfectly the Lord has come as a thief in the night. So now everyone's getting division as brothers are getting closer. Because we know, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day shall not overtake you as a thief. So basically, we see these things going on. I'm just dropped down to the point, and then this is because I gotta end it. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So we got to continue to watch and continue to push this word. So with that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakadash, the water Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai. Shalom.